It ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Sporting Base.
Welcome to the Sporting Base, where radio has never been better. I go by the name of Marcus, and obviously Calvin's not with me today, but he told me to give some feedback on what I'm about to talk about today. So obviously I was watching the fight between the Gypsy King and the Bronze Bomber. If you don't understand those nicknames, I'll tell you what are the names right after this. So I'll be talking about the Chronicles of the Gypsy King. Years where I'm just to give you the update. There's the fight that happened last week. It was the trilogy of the Gypsy King and the Bronze Bomber. I won't give you the names now. Let me just keep you waiting. So I'll be talking about the fight today. I'll be talking about what happened in the first fight, what happened in the second fight, and I'll be talking about what happened in this recent fight. And before we even take a break, please comment on Facebook and on Instagram. Just let me know. Just let me know of what did you think about the fight? Was Deontay Wilder was supposed to win, or was it Tyson Fury that was supposed to win? So please interact with us. You get what I'm saying? It's why the Gypsy King didn't deserve it. Why did Gypsy King deserve it? Do you think the fight was cheating? Give your opinion. You get what I'm saying? Let's interact. So when we come back, we're gonna talk about. We are going to talk about the fight between the Gypsy King and the Bronze Bomber. Radio has never been better.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Welcome. This is your favorite station. Stay tuned.
Are you ready to turn it up?
Active FM, radio's never been better. Best shows, podcasts, and cool presenters. Your favorite radio station, better join the family. We can talk politics and keep up with fashion.
You are now tuned on the track 24/7.
Welcome back to the Sporting Base, where radio has never been better. Hey man, it's so sad that Calvin's not even here, so he had to do some other stuff. But he'll be back next week with us. So anyway, what he thought about the fight is that they pushed in this fight. They didn't give the fight I wouldn't say the fight he wants. I would say the fight he wants. They didn't give the fight the proper fight. You get what I'm saying? I think they were pushing. They were pushing like they were super, super tight, both of them. And because in the first fight, it was like, okay, it's my first time versus you. I don't know what you're capable of. You get what I'm saying? So the first fight, it was a draw. And the second fight, it was Tyson Fury who won. And the third fight, Tyson Fury won. And here's what. And the first round, Deontay Wilder was dominating. Then second round, the second round, Deontay Wilder was dominating. And the third round, Deontay Wilder was dominating. Here's the interesting part. Deontay Wilder actually knocked out Tyson Fury twice in that round. And I'm surprised that the Gypsy King got up from that punch, because nobody gets up from a Deontay Wilder punch. You get what I'm saying? Nobody gets up from that. You get what I'm saying? Now, it's just the thing of Deontay Wilder was saying in the second fight that he wasn't focused. It was what he was wearing that was distracting him from the fight. I mean, it just the crowd, things like that. He gave every reason that he gave every reason that he lost. Like, okay, it was a big mistake. He won the court case and he requested the fight. But now this fight, he actually said on Instagram, he's like, you know what, Tyson Fury actually proved himself that he's the best heavyweight champion of the world. He's the world heavyweight, like he's the best heavyweight champion. But Deontay Wilder, I would say he humbled himself. He really humbled himself, because Deontay Wilder is not a guy that humbles himself a lot, because we know him by talking too much. I'm telling you, he'll talk a lot of trash, man. I mean, the trash he talks there, like he got so personal with Tyson Fury. He even said to him, like, I'll put food on your kids' table. I'll be like, whoa, okay. Like, I'll put food on your kids' table. You remember that? I'm like, oh my God, this is getting personal. This is really getting personal. But look, man, you know, sometimes in boxing or in UFC, you got to get personal with a person. Like, you got to tap into that. You got to tap into their heart sometimes. You got to poke their heart and say, remember, I did this for you. Remember, I did that. Yeah, yes, I understand you did this, but you did that. Remember that? You get what I'm saying? So, back to the fight. Tyson Fury was dominating at the fourth round. So, man, it was a very, very interesting fight, because Tyson Fury actually pushed through that fight. Tyson Fury knocked Deontay Wilder 3 times, because he got knocked out on the 6th round. He got back up. Then the 8th round, he got back up. Then he was tired. Literally, from the 3rd round, Deontay Wilder was so tired. We all saw that he was drained. He was so drained, man. It was like he was trying to survive. Like, he was like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna make it, yeah. And he was like, and he burst his eardrum. Can you believe it? Again, Deontay Wilder's eardrum got burst again. I think that's why he lost the fight. He lost the fight because of his eardrum. Now, here's my prediction right now with Deontay Wilder's fight. When he fights another person, they're gonna aim for his eardrum right now. So he needs to put the whole lot of training right now for this next fight. And here's another interesting part. He said after 2 or 3 fights he's going to retire. I really think he's not a good time, because his reputation's at stake. You know, it's like Anthony Joshua right now. Look, I'm not saying Anthony Joshua is going to retire, but Deontay Wilder's reputation's at that point of Anthony Joshua. Because Anthony Joshua just lost all of those titles. Imagine he lost all of those titles, man. I was chatting with my other friend one time. He was like, you know what? He took an advantage with Usyk, Anthony Joshua. He had an advantage with his weight, but he said he boxed with Usyk. He took advantage and said, nah, this guy's small fry. Meanwhile, he dominated Joshua like nobody's business, and he won by unanimous decision. But is Joshua going to gain those titles back? Because we can't give Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder to Usyk right now, because Usyk just got into the heavyweight. He needs to dominate in the heavyweight first, and then give Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder to Usyk, Alexander Usyk. Now, don't get me wrong, he's good, but he still has a long way to go in the heavyweight. Yes, he dominated in the welterweight, but he still needs to dominate in the heavyweight. So anyway, back to the Tyson Fury. So the Gypsy King dominated once again. So he has declared as the best heavyweight champion in the world. And I saw a lot of his stories, man. Like, he came from nothing. He used to weigh like, I don't know how many pounds, man, but he was really, really fat. He suffered with depression. He lost everything. He said he worked his butt off, man. I mean, it's crazy, man. Like, what these people actually went through to get this success. I mean, it's phenomenal. So what Tyson Fury, look, congratulations to you, man. I saw some shout-outs that he has from celebrities like from Israel Adesanya to Drake, to Ray and Dominic Mysterio. I mean, those big guys. The Rock even wished him like, "Hey man, good luck. You should knock him out." And those big celebrities are actually on Tyson Fury's side, but I never saw anyone on Deontay Wilder though. I think it's because of the arrogance that he has. I mean, there's a rapper named Drake, right? So he wished Tyson Fury like, he's like, good luck, man. You're the craziest and the most humblest man I know. I mean, thank you for always texting me. Thank you for your humility. Thank you for always calling and checking up with me. I'm like, wow, this guy is actually a humble guy. And what makes things very, 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 very interesting is he's a Christian as well. He's a believer. So that's what many people like him. He's just like Manny Pacquiao, but obviously he's in the heavyweight division. So congratulations to Tyson Fury, man, and I really hope he proves Usyk or Joshua, because I think next year the Usyk and Anthony Joshua 2 is going to happen. They're busy discussing that. Obviously, let me move to the UFC. Obviously, with Israel Adesanya is not fighting soon. Kamaru Usman is not fighting soon, and I want to talk a bit about Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou is he's from Cameroon, and he really came from the dirt, man. I'll return to boxing now, but I want to chat a bit about Francis Ngannou. He was chatting about that. He was chatting about how he lost in 2016, 2018 against Stipe Miocic. He's like, he was not in his state of mind, but now in 2020 he won the championship, and yeah, man, some people just need to have a downfall just to succeed. You get what I'm saying? Now, back to the Tyson Fury. Now, with Deontay Wilder, honestly, I'm not sure what's going to happen to this guy. I'm not sure what's going to happen because right now his reputation is at stake right now. Now, I wouldn't say he wouldn't like give himself to any other opponent. It needs to be like a strong opponent, I think he'll get his reputation up for fighting 2 or 3 guys, but Tyson Fury has proved himself as the best heavyweight in the world. You get what I'm saying? Now, he's just waiting to get the other titles right now. He's just waiting for those titles, then he can prove that he's the undisputed world heavyweight champion in boxing. You get what I'm saying? So, with Calvin, I would say, look, I'll admit, I've went for Wilder, he went for Wilder. So, I'll admit, man, we were wrong because we underestimated Tyson Fury a little bit, and it's just a thing of, man, Deontay Wilder was so focused, man. We saw the focus. I mean, we saw he was so focused, man. He was like, hey, man, we expected a lot from Deontay Wilder, but in fact, let me tell you something. He went to 2 camps. Two camps just to get training. Just to get intense training. We looked at the training. It was so intense, man. I saw on Instagram, the training was intense. But look, he delivered. No lie, he did deliver. Deontay Wilder did deliver. But unfortunately, we all know who's the champion right now. So, look, with the one, everyone's having doubt on that one punch from Deontay Wilder. Obviously, some people can take it like Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury is a machine, man. No lie, he's a machine. But we all know who trained the hardest, because Tyson Fury, I think he's 6 foot, if I'm not mistaken. He's 6 foot. Correct me on the comments, but let me just say 6 foot. And many people say he can't box because of his weight. He's too fat. He's not big, but he's very, very fast for a heavyweight. I gotta give him credit for that. He's very, very fast to to be a heavyweight. He's very, very fast. But look, man, at the end of the day, we all know who the winner was. It was Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King. Now the Gypsy King is just busy relaxing right now, and he's basically celebrating his win right now. So congratulations once again to the Gypsy King, and now hopefully we'll see you in the ring again, either with Joshua or Usyk. But speaking about we're speaking about the Gypsy King and Anthony Joshua. I mean, Tyson Fury said some words about Anthony Joshua that he's big for nothing. That's why he lost against Usyk. He's like, you big for nothing. You just want to box and box and box. You just don't want to get aggressive. You want to underestimate the person. You got to underestimate a person. Don't. What I've learned in the fighting game is that never underestimate anybody, because you never know who's better than you out there. You get what I'm saying? No matter how good you are, there's always someone that's better than you. Always remember that. There's always someone that's way better than you. That's why you shouldn't underestimate certain boxers, even upcoming boxers. You know, so anyway, what the Tyson Fury thing, man? Some people say it's supposed to be Dante. Well, that's supposed to win. Well, let me say, I gave it all to Wilder, but through the third round, I saw he was a bit tired. He was even wobbling his legs. I think it wasn't worse than the second fight, but Dante Wilder was so tired, man. He was so tired. Like literally, he was tired. Like he couldn't take it anymore. Even the judges was saying that he was in survival mode. He was in survival. Like, let me just go into the 12th round. But look, I gotta say, Dante Wilder, he's a warrior, man. He took them punches. He got up. He was so tired. He was avoiding. It was like he had no stamina. Like, stamina was less there. I'm not criticizing him. I'm just saying what I saw. I'm just stating what I saw in the ring. You get what I'm saying? But we all know who trained the hardest. We all know who trained. You get what I'm saying? So you got to understand, in this game, it's not all about muscle. It's all about technique. It's all about skill. You got to have the skill to take those people down. I mean, just because you have weight doesn't mean you may have the weight, but you don't have the skill. But some people don't have the skill, but they have the weight. You get what I'm saying? Two can play one game. You get what I'm saying? So it's all. But in most cases, it's all about the technique and the skill in this boxing game. Because Anthony Joshua, he has the skill and he has the weight, but he focused more on his weight instead of his skill, because he's a very, very skilled boxer. And another thing, a friend of mine told me is that he can't take a punch. Joshua can't take a punch. For a big guy like him, he can't take a punch. He can't. And they say he has a problem with his jaw. I'm like, yeah, wait, Anthony Joshua has a problem with his jaw? How so? Probably during his amateur fights in the Olympics. Obviously, he dominated in the Olympics, and I think that's where the jaw thing comes from. And many people are saying that he fought Vladimir Klitschko when he was out of his prime. And here's the thing. I think, in my opinion, Anthony Joshua did the same thing that Logan Paul did to Mayweather. You choose people when the prime is almost over, and you're not supposed to do that. Get them when they're in their prime. You need to, like, okay, this guy is still fresh. I love a challenge. You must love a challenge, man. In this boxing game, you must just love the challenge of, like, okay, let me verse this guy. Like, let's see what he's got, And next thing, you're choosing an old man. Like, okay, Mike Tyson's good. He's still good. He's still in the game. He can still move. You get what I'm saying? But in a few years to come, he's not going to want to box anymore. And next thing, like, maybe the Anthony Joshua says, hey, I want Mike Tyson. Knowing that in his head, like, he's out of his prime right now. So anyway, before I close, I just want to say congratulations to the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. And to Dante Wilder, I hope you recover from the loss. You really did fight really, really well. I hope you don't take it too much into your head. And if you listen, luckily, if you listen to the show, don't take the loss too much into your head, man. Just get back up and move on. Sometimes you gotta lose in order to win. You get what I'm saying? So anyway, that is it from me. If you want to listen to some more shows, you can go to www.activefm.co.za, or you can catch us on Twitter, Facebook, and on Instagram on ActiveFM777, which is the number of heaven, as Calvin would say. But Calvin is not here today. But Calvin will be back next week, and myself and Calvin will be back next week, same time, same place. From myself, I was going to say myself and Calvin, but Calvin is not here. From myself, Marcus, I got to say peace out and God bless. This is the Sporting Base, where radio has never been better.
Like what you're listening to? Follow us on Gab and Twitter at ActiveFM.
Instagram at ActiveFM777 and Facebook at /ActiveFM.